Welcome to the Simple Life, homesteading the Pioneer Way. This is Brenda Weatherly. Well, tonight we're fixing some steaks. I have steaks warming in the oven in my iron skillet. I have some green beans right here in the pan, sitting on a trivet by the stove, keeping warm. And I am making some hoe cakes, or Johnny cakes, or well, I got a piece of green bean in there. I used the fork that I made the green beans with. Let me get that. Or it might be a piece of pepper or something I had in my green beans. Anyway, instead of cornbread, this is a cornbread mix that I make, but instead of a big pan of cornbread, which is just my mom and me, and that would take a few days to eat, I just make what's called journey cakes, or Johnny cakes, or hoe cakes. They go by a lot of names, and it's just a cornbread mix, and you just fry it up like a pancake, actually. So let me see if I can do this with one hand. Stir it up a little bit because it's been sitting a minute while my oil was heating up. Now let me see. Anyway, you make two of these, one for me and one for my mom. And like I said, you do it just like a pancake. It'll bubble up and the bubbles will start break, and you'll know when to turn it like you do a pancake. And it's just fried bread. Who wouldn't like fried bread of any kind? It's kind of like Indian fried bread, except that's made with flour, and this is made with a mixture of flour and cornmeal, and a little bit of baking powder and water. So anyway, I just fry this until it gets brown on one side, and then I'll turn it and fry it till it gets brown on the other side. And we'll each have one for dinner tonight with our steak and green beans. And I would have baked some potatoes, but we had to go out of town today, do some business in another town about 13 miles away. And Pontotoc is a small town, and we went into Tupelo, which is 13 miles away, and that's a bigger town. And we went to Sam's. I had bought a new tent the other day, and when we went to open it to put it up, a piece was broke, so I had to go and swap that out. But anyway, didn't have time to bake potatoes tonight, so this will have to suffice. But I was going to share with you that we do this for breakfast sometime. I will make usually one a piece because they're, you know, nice size, and then we put butter on it and either maple syrup or molasses or honey, and that is a really great breakfast also. So this is our dinner tonight. This is the hoe cakes that let me see if it's ready to turn. Yep. And you can do it as dark or light as you want. I like it pretty dark. And this is the first one, and I have enough for another one. Maybe three. If I have enough for three, I usually give my dog one. But anyway, like I said, back when, in the pioneer days, they called them journey cakes because they're good cold, and you can just wrap them up and take them on your journey with you. A lot of people call them hoe cakes because they used to do this in the fields on their hoe. They just dig a little hole and do a fire, and they had a jar or something with the mixings in it, and they would just put it on their hoe and cook it right there in the field, and it was called hoe cakes. Some people call them Johnny cakes and different things, but it's the same thing. It's just a pound of cornbread fried up as an individual instead of made in a pan in a bigger pan. So, till next time, this is Brenda Weatherly with The Simple Life, homesteading the Pioneer Way, saying keep homesteading.